Hello, my fellow fans of Faerun, and welcome back to Neverwinter Nights, the core campaign. Alright, today I'm going to be finishing off this ancient temple, and to do that, I have one more golem to face and one more riddle to solve. So, let's start out by going this way, make sure I've looted these chests, which I believe I did. Just one of them. And then there should be a golem right about there.
You will regret that.
Alright, so these are pretty easy now that they have a weakness. Impervious to everything except this knife that I have. I mean, I could use any edged weapon, really. Anything with piercing or slashing damage, but the knife works really good, so I'm going to continue using it. Okay, should be almost down, and it goes straight down. Alright, now, if you remember in the past, this area was where a member of the humans was staying, who is trying to rebel against the creators. So, we'll come back here. I don't really know what happened to that person, but with all these undead around, it's not too surprising what may have happened. Okay, if you'll excuse that, I'm not sure if you can hear it, but a motorcycle just loudly blasted past my house, so... But yeah, undead, cleric, we're just gonna beat up on these while they do nothing to me because the shield is awesome. Now, I will say, becoming a paladin I don't think has too many benefits in the core campaign, but if you wanted to play as a paladin in one of the supplementary games, I think it's not Hordes of the Underdark, but well, I'm blanking on the name of it. Wow. Sorry about that. It's not Hordes of the Underdark. It's the one that comes before Hordes of the Underdark. And if you play through that as a paladin, you can actually pick up a Holy Avenger sword if you're a paladin in one of the sections.
You will regret that.
But, like I said, I don't think there's too big of a benefit to being a paladin other than the benefits you get for the class abilities. Right now, being immune to disease is really good while I'm fighting all these mummies. And the hit points are especially good for a wizard who has almost none. Remember, guys, this is back in the day when wizards had a D4 for hit points. Okay. And with that, well, I guess a couple more hits. Stupid. Alright, and with that, I'll just start tossing this room. Okay, this is Tamalin's song. That is the item for Sharwin's quest. So by the end of this chapter, I'll be talking with all of the companions and unlock, giving them their items. Of course, success is not possible for me anymore because I have bad rogue abilities. So instead, we'll just use knock. Okay, and that should have been quite everything. Yeah, I did check this chest, right? Just making sure. Alright, I want a buff, so I'm going to go run through this. There's a small buff there. Pick up this key, and we'll leave that bar of iron. because I don't think it sells for too much. And we're going to come down here and kill some more of these undead. Yeah, soon I should be able to be summoning my own undead, but if I remember correctly, they're not nearly as good as any of these, so like might be as good as this zombie. But hey, it'll be fun having an undead companion with me. Alright, that zombie doesn't take much damage from my dagger, so we'll move to my secondary weapon of this cudgel. That deals electrical damage. It's like a stun baton. Okay, and just to go ahead and take care of it, we'll knock. And I'll plant my face first into any traps. Because my perception checks, or I guess at this point I think it's search checks, but my search checks aren't very good either. So it could take a while to actually find the traps, like that. Alright, so then this puzzle is one where I have to use these powders to make different colored stones. Now, I think there's a bit of unfairness here because of the sprites they chose to use certain gemstones with, and to point you in the right direction on what you're supposed to do, you look at this easel. Okay. Some writing has been placed on the easel, a rambling discussion about the values of the creator race. The old ones believed strongly in the power of certain gems, but a firm hierarchy was set in place. Least magical was seen to be malachite. Amethysts were prized highly, but emeralds were revered above all. Alright, so basically it's telling you what order to make the secondary colors. You want the last one to be emerald, so that's green. You want the second one to be amethyst, and that's purple. So all that's left is orange, which, if you know what a malachite is, they do come in orange. But in the game, they made the sprite for a malachite green. So, kind of unfair if you're not paying attention. But, let's go ahead and do this. So we throw in orange. And we throw in purple. And then we throw in green. And with that, the door has opened. And now I shall loot this tomb of its one true treasure. The door opens inward. Opened into the ground. Okay, so if you know anything about story structure, this is where the big bad is of the level. I guess game theory would work too. Yep, and there he is. A Balor Lord, if I'm not mistaken. Now the problem with him, other than just being a powerful demon, is he does have an instant kill attack. So I'm hoping he doesn't get that off against me. And then we'll go ahead and drink a potion real quick.
From this.
Okay, so it doesn't look like he's gonna try and do his spell, which is good. I don't want to get banished. And he explodes, so you want to make sure that you have enough hit points when he dies to not die to that, because that is a terrible thing to happen. You beat up the boss, and then in his death throes, he just kills you. Alright. Give me this key, which I need for this altar, I believe. Okay. Looks like everything's unlocked here. And a potion. Alright. And now I shall go here. And there we are. Our first word of power from this chapter. So let's take it.
Why have you seized this word of power? Who do you serve?
I am Keagro Hegwood. I serve the Lord's Alliance in the city of Neverwinter.
These names mean nothing to me. Your cities are young. Your history but a single page in the accounts of the world. There is only one name that matters to me among your kind. Morgrim. Tell me, do you serve Morgrim?
Morgrim is the enemy of Neverwinter, and thus my enemy.
I see you speak the truth. This is good.
How do you know I was telling the truth?
Your enemies are mine as well. Morgrim must be stopped. He must not get the words of power.
Well, how about you tell me something I don't already know and am doing something about?
My name is Hydraline, leader of the Word Slaves. This is but a projection of my true form. I am yet too far to aid you in this task.
Okay.
There is more I would tell you, but my spell is fading. Find the words before Morgrim, or the world you know will not survive.
Okay, I'm already doing that, so I'll continue on. Okay, and the door opens, and there's a portal here. But I need to do something else first. I need to go talk to that wild mage, Saphira, and get my reward for planting her tree. So, let's go there real quick. And her tree has sprouted, but did she get the fruit?
Greetings. Once more, I must thank you for planting the Ultark seed trees for me. Or is this the first time I'm thanking you? No matter. I am grateful in any case.
What about my reward? Oh, have I not given it to you yet? No, I suppose you haven't. Or you wouldn't be asking now, would you? What to give? Ah, I know. Take these gems with my blessing. Though your own sparkling beauty might draw attention from their glitter, I imagine you shall still find them most valuable. Thank you, Saphira. You are most generous. Oh, farewell, Keagro, until we meet again for the first time. Ha! Another time travel joke. Or maybe I haven't told any yet. Alright, and that ends it for today. That was the rest of the temple, so I'm going to go ahead and head outside, and we'll call it an episode. And I've got to apologize for my missing the last couple of days, but just some stuff's come up, and, you know. Anyways, with that, we shall call this an episode as it rains on my head. Thank you guys for watching, as usual, and I'll see you next time with another episode of Keagro's Adventures on the Sword Coast.